Doctors, one of my favorite subjects. They have the degree, but remember, you have the final say. Yesterday, I basically had to remind a doctor of that. Let me tell you a little bit about it. One of my providers, of one of my the specialties that I have to deal with, was retiring on the 19th, which I believe was Friday. Today's Saturday, I think the 20th. I could be wrong. Days flying back and forth. I can't keep up the dates anymore. Anyway, he was retiring, and I had been going to him for a while, on and off for a number of years, and he seemed to be a very respected member of that specialty. And I got kind of used to him. I can't say I was ever thrilled with him, and I'm sure he definitely wasn't thrilled with me because I asked questions and he didn't like questions. But he was retiring. So naturally, the day before he was retiring, he wanted me to come in and do a number of tests. Okay, 4 to be exact. Along with co-pays and whatnot. I was not crazy about the idea because he was retiring. But I was under the assumption that he was going to forward me on to another provider, refer me, and that it would be somewhat seamless as far as these things can be. I was informed otherwise. No, he's not referring you. So why am I doing the test with you? Well, you can take the results to the next provider, but you're not referring me to the next provider. Well, insurance and this and that, and they started to give me what I call lovingly the old Cramden. If you remember the honeymooners from the 1950s, whenever Ralph was stuck for an answer from Alice or Norton or any of those guys, he'd be walking around pacing, going, humana, 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 humana. That's what I call the old Cramden. So I was getting a little bit of that. Wasn't too crazy about the idea. But I said, well, I don't know about this. Well, you can take the results with you, like we said, and all that. I said, well, this is Tuesday, and the test is Thursday. I'll let you know in plenty of time if I want to cancel. I may go with it, but that was just to placate them. I knew as soon as I hit the car, 30 seconds later, I wasn't doing the test. I waited an hour before I canceled them. Why did I cancel the tests? Well, first of all, I wasn't that crazy about the provider, and he contradicted himself on my diagnosis any number of times, first of all. Second of all, he also did not ever instill confidence in me because he wouldn't take questions easily. And on the way out one day, as I was putting myself back together, and he had already left the room on to the next person, which is okay, I said to the nurse that was there, I said, I haven't noticed a lot of answers. Am I missing something? She says, no, he's kind of like that. I said, really? Interesting. Okay. The rest of the reasons go something like this. I don't know who my next provider is going to be. I don't know how soon I'll get into him or her. They may want to do their own tests, in which case these tests that I have sitting in a drawer for however long it takes me to get into the next provider could be worthless. My condition could have gotten much worse, and maybe even gotten slightly better. So they're going to probably want to do their own tests and create their own database on my situation. I have this problem with doctors in general because some of them have a feeling that they're gods. Well, you may think you're a god, but that doesn't mean I think you are. I'm looking for answers, and if I'm not getting the answers I want, I'm not happy, and I'm probably not coming back unless I have no other choices. I've been in emergency rooms way too many times this year, and they've misdiagnosed me as well. The whole medical profession, as far as I'm concerned, is a little bit lost at the moment, probably being run by the insurance industry. All I'm saying to you, and I'm trying to keep this short, there's not a lot of jokes in this one. I am sorry, I normally like to joke around, as you know. But what I'm saying to you is, look for answers wherever you can get them and try to validate the answers. Don't just take an answer and say, well, is this the answer? How do you know it's the answer? Check it out somehow. Go online, talk to people, do whatever you have to do to be confident of the answer you've been given. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't. But if you do your homework and you know who you're dealing with and what the circumstances are, and you've gotten some good information, you're way ahead of the game. As you probably know, the medical profession treats you like a number nowadays, unless you have concierge service or something like that, which I can't even relate to. Stand out and be an informed number. If you have questions, ask them and insist upon answers. If they're not giving you answers, why are you dealing with them? These are the questions I ask myself. This may not work for everybody. I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. There's no two ways about it. I am not willing to be treated as a number. I am not willing to take no for an answer if I feel the answer should be yes to something. That's just the way I am. Am I proud of it? No, but it's worked for me. It's got me to age 74. So I'll take it as a plus. I encourage you, do your homework. Talk to loved ones. Have loved ones go with you. If you're going to a provider and you want an extra set of ears, can never hurt. This way you can bounce it off each other. Maybe you miss something. Maybe they miss something. But maybe between the two of you, you got the whole scoop. Folks, just look out for yourselves, because at the end of the day, maybe nobody else really is. And this way you have nobody to blame but yourself, whether it's good or bad. If it's good, you take the credit. If it's bad, you know who to blame. Again, I'm sorry this one's a little dark, but this guy had no business doing that, and I felt it was borderline malpractice. I don't go for the white coat. I don't go for the degree. I think that's all garbage. It's down to human beings and what do they know. Have a good holiday. If I don't speak to you, please like, please subscribe. If you want to throw a couple of bucks, there's a link for that as well. Not mandatory. I'm here to inform and share information. Let me have your information back. Remember, it's a conversation. Have a good holiday, folks. See you soon.